Radhe Radhe Govinda Govinda Radhe 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 Govinda Govinda Radhe.
Vasudeva upashrutya bhratram nandamagatam gyatva dattkaram ragye yayo tadavamochanam. When Vasudeva heard that Nanda Maharaj, his very dear friend and brother, had come to the Mathura and already paid the taxes to Kamsa, he went to Nanda Maharaj residence. Purport. Vasudeva and Nanda Maharaj were so intimately connected that they lived like brothers. Furthermore, it also happens in our also life when we say soulmate. At the level of soul, when we are very near in the previous birth also. So sometimes you see that people are very connected. It seems very connected. Doesn't matter girls or girls, boys or boys, boys or girls or boys, like this. So they are very intimately from inside. At the level of heart, they are so connected. So it's all matter of previous life connection also. Furthermore, it is learned from the notes of Sripad Madhavacharya that Vasudeva and Nanda Maharaj were stepbrothers. Vasudeva's father, Sursena, married a Vaishya girl, a girl from business family, and from her Nanda Maharaj was born. Later, Nanda Maharaj himself married a Vaishya girl, Yashoda. Therefore, his family is celebrated as a Vaishya family. We all are knowing what is the meaning of Vaishya family. So I don't need to describe or say much about this. And Krishna, identifying himself as their son, took charge of Vaishya activities. Krishna Go Rakshya Vanijyam. Balarama represents plowing the land for agriculture and therefore always carries in his hand a plow. Whereas Krishna tends cows and therefore carries a flute in his hand. Thus the two brothers represents Krishi Rakshaya and Go Rakshaya. Krishi Rakshaya Balaram and Go Rakshaya Sri Krishna. It is very significant that even God, so it's very sweet that even God coming on this earth and in the middle of their Leela, how these nice pastimes they do their activities, they become very simple. For them, just by thinking, anything is possible to do, sitting at their place. But for the Leela Vistar, to give pleasure to the devotees actually, they come and they do. Swayam Bhagavan, Krishnastu Swayam Bhagavana Swayam. Himself is God and he is doing different qualities, becoming a cowherd boy. And Baladev, who is Sankarsana Shesha Avatar, himself becomes the agriculture boy. Devotee is surprised to see all these things. Or not surprised, inside devotee is so pleased, and in this pleased mood, tears comes out with the eyes of the devotees. That what our Ishtadev, why he need to do all this Leela, but he is doing. Why? Because he is Akinchan Gochar, a Hetuki. Causeless mercy he has. I think personally, I feel that God's main work is to give the pleasure to devotees. That's why he is performing all these things. Becoming cowherd boy, taking flute in the hand, and want with all this Leela to show the devotee that more and more the time of their life should be in meditation for their Ishtadev. They want actually, they like, because they also please. It's not only the matter that they are getting pleasure. It's also very important that they are also they want to give pleasure, and at the same time they want to enjoy this pleasure also. But God has all opulence is there. No need. But his nature is not like that. Only devotee can understand. His nature is to give pleasure and to relish pleasure in any kind of Leela. Either it is a Rasik Leela, with Radharani, with Manjaris and Sakhis, in Kunja, Nikunja, Nivritti, Nikunja. These all Leelas are to please devotee. And with the pleasure of devotee, when you watch that how much my devotee is involved, going deep and deep in my pastime, this all relishing all this nectarian sweetness of this Leela, he is so much pleased. And what as a result it happens when he see the regularly devotees are more and more going deep, they don't want to come out. He increased the mood more and more of this devotee. This devotee, one day it happens, the time comes, the devotee never comes out of this mood. This happens. The total meaning of performing their Leela is only this. That my devotee should go deep and never come out. Radharani is also very selfish in this context. Krishna is also very selfish. He doesn't want my devotee should go any other place. Radharani also want. Once someone came to me, I don't want to let go somewhere else. She is very selfish. Krishna is also very selfish. Both. Because apanatva. And this happens when the connection with this sweet mood increased by deep daily practice. It not happens because of us. Yeah, we do. We have to do. This is true. But when we do, and when they see, and they catch, oh, this person, now he started already. So don't let him go. Don't let her go. Come, catch, and then put the hand on his neck and push him inside this rasa more and more, more and more, more and more. And the time comes. The devotee cannot come out. Doesn't matter what are the circumstances. He so goes in these deep, all these things. It is very difficult. Or we can say that they arrange something like this, that devotees cannot come out. This all happens because of their love. The core, the center of all these things, when devotees start loving, then devotee doesn't know that how much they can love, how much Radharani can love a devotee. Devotee never know this. And this is true. Our is like 0.001%, but their love is more than 100%. We cannot understand. We can just feel. Understanding is a matter of mind. Feeling is the matter of heart. So we no need to understand. Going, doing, and just feeling. Matter of reading of the scriptures is also there for a devotee. The feel that what is written. That's why we go very slowly in all the verses, and you might have been seen when we are reading Radhara Sudhanidhi, or whenever, how nicely the devotees are reading word by word very slowly, that each and every devotee, the thing should be very clear. And by the developing their mood more and more, different sharing flavor should come out with the core of the heart of devotee. And this happening in our everyday sharing. I am not so intelligent, but when I see the other devotees, how they are glorifying, how they are sharing, my heart becomes very, very joyful. Text 21. Tam drishtva sa sothaya deha pranami bhagatam prita priyatamam dobhyam sakhaje prema bihvala. When Nanda Maharaj heard that Vasudeva had come, he was overwhelmed with love and affection, being as pleased as if his body had regained its life. Seeing Vasudeva suddenly present, he got up and embraced him with both arms. Purport. Nanda Maharaj was older than Vasudeva. Nanda Maharaj was older than Vasudeva. Therefore, Nanda Maharaj embraced him, and Vasudeva offered him namaskar. Here is one small, simple teaching is there between older and younger. How an older welcome and how a younger should respect. need to give regard. Text 22. Pujita sukhamasina prishtva mahimadritah prasaktadhihi swatmajayoridmaha vishampate. O Maharaj Parikshit, having thus been received and welcomed by Maharaj with honor, Vasudeva sat down very peacefully and inquired about his own two sons because of intense love for them. Text 23. Drishtya bhrata pravayas idanim prajasyate prajashaya nivritasya praja yat samapadyata. My dear brother Nanda Maharaj, at an advanced age you had no son at all and were hopeless of having one. Therefore, that you now have a son is a sign of great fortune. Purport. At an advanced age, one generally cannot beget a male child. If by chance one does beget a child at this age, the child is generally female. Thus Vasudeva indirectly asked Nanda Maharaj whether he had actually begotten a male child or a female child. Vasudeva knew that Yashoda had given birth to a female child, whom he had stolen and replaced with a male child. This was a great mystery, and Vasudeva wanted to determine whether this mystery was already known to Nanda Maharaj. On inquiring, however, he was confident that the mystery of Krishna's birth and his being placed in the care of Yashoda was still hidden. There was no danger, since Kamsa at least could not learn what had already happened. So totally till now, that Krishna is in Nanda Baba and Yashoda house, it is totally secretly from Kamsa was not knowing all these things. That where is this baby? Text 24. Drishtya sansar chakresmin vartamana punarbhava upalabdho bhavanadya durlabham priya darshanam. It is also by good fortune that I am seeing you, having obtained this opportunity. This Vasudeva is saying. I feel as if I have taken birth again, even though one is present in this world. To meet with intimate friends and dear relatives in this material world is extremely difficult. Purport. Vasudeva had been imprisoned by Kamsa, and therefore, although present in Mathura, he was unable to see Nanda Maharaj for many years. Therefore, when they met again, Vasudeva considered this meeting to be another birth. Text 25. Naikatra priya samvasa suhridam chitrakarmanam oghena vyumananam pallavanam strutso yatha. Many planks and sticks, unable to stay together, are carried away by the force of a reverse wave. Similarly, although we are intimately related with friends and family members, we are unable to stay together because of our varied past deeds and the waves of time. Yeah, this is very true. Generally, in the material world, we see it happens. It happens because of the necessity. It happens because of the circumstances. It happens because of the enthusiasm. It happens because of passion. There is no one reason behind it that it happens for this only. No. It's all in the hand of time. Parents are somewhere. Children are somewhere. Sometime wife is working in 25 kilometers far from the staying place. Husband is working 25 kilometers far from this place. And sometime it was in the transfer and posting, it happens that sometime they transfer from different place. So this happens. Vasudeva was lamenting because he and Nanda Maharaj could not live together. Yet how could they live together? How it is possible? Vasudeva wants that all of us, even if intimately related, are carried away by the waves of time according to the results of past karmas. Both are connected, present and past karma. The creation of any situation in present life is a result of past karma also. This is very important. Text 26. Karchit pasabhyam nirujam uryambut trinvirudham brihadvanam tadhuna yatrassetvam suhridvritaha. Karchit pasabhyam nirujam bhuryambu britrin virudham brihadvanam tadhuna yatrassetvam suhridvritaha. Sanskrit. What to do? One time, if I'm not correct, I have to read again. My dear friend, Nanda Maharaj, in the place where you are living with other friends, is the forest favorable for the animals, the cows? I hope there is no disease or inconvenience. The place must be full of water, grass, and other plants. Purport. For human happiness, one must care for the animals, especially the cows. Vasudeva therefore inquired whether there was a good arrangement for the animals where Nanda Maharaj lived. For the proper pursuit of human happiness, there must be arrangements for the protection of cows. This means that there must be forest and adequate pasturing grounds full of grass and water. At that time, it was not like that cows were tying with the rope having knots. Cows were completely free, grazing in the open area, and there was plenty for them to graze. If the animals are happy, there will be an ample supply of milk, from which human beings will benefit by deriving many milk products with which to live happily, as enjoined in Bhagavad Gita, Krishi Gorakshya Vanijyam Vaishyakarma Swabhajanam. Without giving proper facilities to the animals, how can human society be happy? That people are raising cattle to send to the slaughterhouse is a great sin. By this demoniac enterprise, people are ruining their chance for a truly human life. Cow, the slaughterhouse, and cow killing is the big matter, as well as other animals also are considered here, because they are not giving any importance to the instructions of Krishna. The advancement of their so-called civilization resembles the crazy efforts of men in a lunatic asylum. Dratarmam suta kanchin matra sa bhadvaje tatam bhavantam manmano avadabhyam uplalita. My son Baladev, being raised by you and your wife, Yashoda Devi, considers you his father and mother. Is he living very peacefully in your home with his real mother, Rohini? Vasudeva Maharaj asks to Nanda Maharaj. Text 28. Unsastrivargo vihita suhridoham ahenu bhavita nateshu klishmaneshu trivargo arthaya kalpate. When one's friend and relatives are properly situated, one's religion, economic development, and sense gratification as described in the Vedic literatures. When one's friends and relatives are properly situated, one's religion, economic development, and sense gratification as described in the Vedic literature are beneficial. So all type of this material desires, if it is said over here, it's based as per the Vedic literature, what Vedas are saying, then it's okay. Not only Vedas are saying giving their given commentary on all these verses, different verses in Sanskrit, time by time, by our Acharya, by our Gurudev, as per the traditional and modern way of teaching. If life is as follows, then it is said over here, this is beneficial. Vedic scriptures means not only these books are written, time by time, as per the commentary on all these verses and things, that to make it more easy to understand. Directly, if we will go to read Veda, and if we read the translation, we cannot understand Veda. For understanding, definitely we need a spiritual master. Got it? I think as per my knowledge, I am saying Veda I cannot understand directly. I have to go to some spiritual master or some Pandit or Jnani to understand this. Or even after this, time by time, different bona fide acharyas people are coming and saying, no, it is okay. But actually, what is the meaning of this? Then they also define separately. One verse can be defined in 1,000 types by different bona fide spiritual masters. So if we are living our life like that, then it is beneficial, mean to say. Otherwise, if one's friends and relatives are in distress, these three cannot offer any happiness: religion, economic development, and sense gratification. Purport. Vasudeva regretfully informed Nanda Maharaj that although he had his wife and children, he could not properly discharge his duty of maintaining them and was therefore unhappy. Because he was in the prison, Kamsa was killing the children. He was completely failed to go through family life to perform all his family duty. So Vasudeva Maharaj was unfortunate. Text 29. Sri Nanda Uvacha Ahote. Now Nanda Maharaj is saying to Vasudeva. Sri Nanda Uvacha Ahote Deviki Putra Kamsena Bahu Hataha Eka Vasishtha Varja Kanya Sapi Divam Gataha. Nanda Maharaj said, alas, King Kamsa killed so many of your children, born of Devaki, and your one daughter, the youngest child of all, entered the heavenly planets. Purport. When Vasudeva understood from Nanda Maharaj that the mystery of Krishna's birth and his having been exchanged with Yashoda's daughter was yet undisclosed, he was happy that things were going on nicely by saying that Vasudeva's daughter, his youngest child, had gone to the heavenly planets. Nanda Maharaj indicated that he did not know that this daughter was born of Yashoda and that Vasudeva had exchanged her with Krishna. Thus the doubts of Vasudeva were dispelled. Text 30. Nonam haya drishta nishtho ayam drishta parmojanaha adrishta matmanastatattvam yovedana sab muhyati. Every man is certainly controlled by destiny, which determines the result of one's fruitive activities. In other words, one has a son or daughter because of unseen destiny, and when the son or daughter is no longer present, this also is due to unseen destiny. Destiny is the ultimate controller of everyone. One who knows this is never bewildered. But in the material world, sometimes we try to push a lot ourselves, and as per our nature, we try to push other people also. But all this that is never works, doesn't work completely. And sometimes because of this pushing, is big disaster is also there. Nanda Maharaj purport. Nanda Maharaj consoled his younger brother Vasudeva by saying that destiny is ultimately responsible for everything. Vasudeva should not be unhappy that his many children had been killed by Kamsa, or that the last child, the daughter, had gone to the heavenly planets. Shri Vasudeva Uvacha Karove Varshiko Datto Dagye Drishtva Vyam Chavaha Nehastheham Bahutitham Santyut Patasya Gokule. Vasudeva said to Nanda Maharaj, how many dear brother, now, my dear brother, since you have paid the annual taxes to Kamsa and have also seen me, do not stay in this place for many days. It is better to return to Gokula, since I know that there may be some disturbances there. Shri Shuka Uvacha Iti Nanda Deyo Gopa Proktaste Shaurina Vayu Anobhiran Gun Dhutex Manu Gyapa Gokulam. Sukadeva Goswami said, after Vasudeva advised Nanda Maharaj in this way, Nanda Maharaj and his associates, the cohort men, took permission from Vasudeva, yoked their bulls to the bullock carts, and started riding for Gokula. Thus, in the Bhaktivedanta purports to the 10th canto, 5th chapter of the Srimad Bhagavatam, entitled The Meeting of Nanda Maharaj and Vasudeva. Jai Jai Shri Radhe. No, it's not end. I will start chapter 6 also. Still we have some time. Chapter 6. The killing of the demon Putana. A summary of the 6th chapter is as follows. When Nanda Maharaj, following the instruction of Vasudeva, was returning home, he saw a great demoniac woman lying on the road. And when he heard about her death, while Nanda Maharaj, the king of Braja, was thinking about Vasudeva's words concerning disturbances in Gokula, he was a little afraid and sought shelter at the lotus feet of Sri Hari. Meanwhile, Kamsa sent to the village of Gokula a Rakshashi named Putana, who was wandering here and there killing small babies. Because as we read already, that the associates of Kamsa, they started killing all the small babies, those who just born, by discussion of Kamsa and his permission. So in between, to create some disturbances in Gokula, Kamsa sent, she was actually her sister, if I'm not wrong. And her purpose was to killing baby. Of course, wherever there is no Krishna consciousness, there is the danger of such Rakshashis. Rakshashis means female demon. But since the Supreme Personality of Godhead himself was in Gokula, Putana could accept nothing there but her own death only. One day, Putana arrived from outer space in Gokula, the home of Nanda Maharaj, and by displaying her mystic power, she assumed the disguise of a very beautiful woman. Taking courage, she immediately entered Krishna's bedroom without anyone's permission. By the grace of Krishna, no one forbade her to enter the house or the room, because that was Krishna's desire. Let her come. Let her come. She is also my mother. No one forbade her to enter the house or the room, because that was Krishna's desire. The baby Krishna, who resembled a fire covered by ashes, looked upon Putana and thought that he would have to kill this demon, the beautiful woman. Enchanted by the influence of Yogamaya and the personality of Godhead, Putana took Krishna upon her lap, and neither Rohini nor Yashoda objected. The demon Putana offered her breast for Krishna to suck, but her breast was smeared with poison. The child Krishna, therefore, squeezed Putra's breast so severely that in unbearable pain she had to assume her original body and fell to the ground. Then Krishna began playing on her breast just like a small child. When Krishna was playing, the gopis were pacified and took the child away to their own laps. After this incident, the gopis took precautions because of the attack of the Rakshasi. Mother Yashoda gave the child her breast to suck and then laid him in bed. Meanwhile, Nanda and his associates, the cowherd men, returned from Mathura. And when they saw the great dead body of Putana, they were struck with wonder. Everyone was astonished that Vasudeva had foretold inhabitants of Braja cut the gigantic body of Putana into pieces. But because Krishna had sucked her breast, she had been freed from all sin, and the smoke filled the air with a very pleasing fragrance. Ultimately, although Putana had desired to kill Krishna, she attended the Lord's abode. From this incident, we gain the instruction that if one is attached to Krishna somehow or other, even as an enemy, one ultimately attains success. Okay, it depends upon the person, people to people, but this is not our mood that we need any enmity with Krishna. What then is to be said of devotees who are naturally attached to Krishna in love? When the inhabitants of Braja heard about the killing of Putana and the welfare of the child, they were very much satisfied. Nanda Maharaj took the baby Krishna on his lap and was filled with satisfaction. Text 1. Shri Shuka Uvacha Nanda Pati Vacha Sauren Mrisheti Vichintayan Harir Jagam Sharan Muttipatag Mashankita. Sukadeva Goswami continued, My dear king, while Nanda Maharaj was on the way home, he considered that what Vasudeva had said could not be false or useless. There must have been some danger of disturbances in Gokula. As Nanda Maharaj thought about the danger for his beautiful son, Krishna, he was afraid, and he took shelter at the lotus feet of the Supreme Controller. Whenever there is a danger, the pure devotee thinks of the protection and shelter of the Supreme Personality of Godhead. There is no such any other place for the pure devotees because they are fixed in their Ishtadeva. This is also advised in Bhagavad Gita. Anityam asukham lokam imam prapya bhajasva mam. In this material world, there is danger at every step. Padam padam yad vipadam. Padam padam means every step. Therefore, a devotee has no other course than to take shelter of the Lord's at every step. Totally surrender. So I think I should stop now over here. If any queries, something that I can satisfy you on your question, I don't know, but I can try. Only thing I will take.
Radhe Radhe Go